Hello everyone, Timely Manor here, back in another video. This time it's not going to be of a single mock, although I do have the Lamborghini Sian Roadster in front of me here. It's actually going to be about a review of some Gobricks parts that I bought before. Gobricks is an alternative brick manufacturer to Lego, and they have some very interesting bricks that Lego either doesn't have or they're only just starting to produce this year. So what really kickstarted my desire to buy from Gobricks is because Lego finally started making wedge tiles like this 2x2 here. But this is actually from Gobricks. So I wanted to see when I bought the equivalent Lego color from Gobricks, how well it matched up. I bought my bricks from mygobricks.com and they were all really affordable, really cheap in my opinion, basically comparable to buying from Bricklink or even better. And I bought a whole host of colors, so I'm going to show you all of them now. I'm going to start with, this is going to be a tiered review. I'm going to start with what I think is the worst color match, and it's going to get a lot better from here. So to start off, I have green. Now this is a medium green in my opinion, but I think on Gobricks they call this dark green. So it's this piece right here, which is from Gobricks, and these pieces are Lego. And you can tell this is a different green. This is just darker. And I personally wouldn't want to use this in a mock with mostly this because it'll just stand out quite a lot. If you're using it for something like foliage, I think that'd be pretty reasonable, pretty easy to swallow. But I think this color difference for something like a car would be just a bit too much for me. So I don't recommend using green from Gobricks unless you make your entire exterior of your car, for example, out of Gobricks parts, in which case it'd be fine. Next up is what I would call the sort of like medium acceptable tier. So these are all parts that I would gladly mix with Gobricks, but they're not perfect. So I'll start off with orange. You can tell here that this Gobricks part here is just slightly darker than the Lego orange itself. Now, personally, I actually think that the Lego orange is just a bit too light, and I prefer this orange color here. But when it comes to using it with Lego pieces, I think it's all right. And I'll show you what it looks like in a mock because I do have an orange car. So here we have the Lamborghini Sian Coupe, and you can see the two Gobricks parts that I've used here. You can tell that there's a difference if you really focus on it. It's just a bit darker, but to be honest, when you're looking at it from a distance, especially on the shelf, I think it's almost indistinguishable. I wouldn't be sort of bothered by this that much when I'm looking at it. So I think it's all right, and it definitely is something that I can live with. Now, with these other colors, I think these are quite interesting. So these fenders are from Gobricks, and the top part here, these top parts are from Lego. And you can tell, for example, with the blue, Lego's blue is actually more saturated. So this is the opposite of the issue I have with orange, I think. So the Gobricks blue is just a bit duller, in my opinion. You can see it here. It's maybe a little bit greenish, a little bit yellowish or something. But I think, say for example, because these fenders are not produced with Lego, if you buy these Gobricks parts just for the fenders and you make the rest of the car with this, I think it'd be all right. If you want to use Gobricks for the rest of the car, obviously that's not an issue as well. So I would happily use this in a mock. Same goes for pink. Now with pink, it's a bit strange because I actually think in camera the match looks nearly perfect, but in real life I can't tell the difference. It's the same. The pink is just a little bit more dull. And the Lego pink is just more saturated. I think this is called a dark pink, or a light purple, or something weird. I forgot what this was called on Gobricks, but basically the difference is just slight. So I think, like, again, if I'm making a mock with these for the fenders, but the rest of the pieces are Lego, I don't think that's an issue. The reason why I can accept these color differences is because Lego's own color differences between their own parts is, I would say, about as significant as the differences between these Gobricks parts and the Lego parts. So I'm not too bothered by it. Now, here I also have what I would call dark blue and dark green, but in Gobricks, these are called earth. So earth blue and earth green. And I think the blue here, so these fenders are from Gobricks. Now Lego produces these fenders, but they're extremely rare. They only came in one set, And if you're buying just the fenders from Bricklink, it's quite expensive. You can buy the set for a reasonable price actually in eBay. But again, if you're buying the fenders itself, kind of expensive. The Gobricks dark blue is just a little bit darker than the Lego dark blue. And I can show you this on my Cyan Roadster, as you've seen before. These pieces are from Gobricks. They're a bit darker than the regular dark blue. I'm noticing now that the 1x2 tile, Lego has a problem with these 1x2 tiles because they don't always match. And I'll show you that even more later on. But they're a bit lighter than the Gobricks version, and they're also a little bit lighter than the Lego typical dark blue. So it's a bit strange. Here in the back, you can see some more Gobricks parts there. Now, again, these are Lego parts here. I think these match like with the little tile here all right. These 1x2 wedge tiles though, they're quite a lot lighter. You can see a lot of them in this mock. But I don't mind them. I think from a distance, again, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I feel pretty comfortable looking past this difference. So I'm pretty happy with that, and I recommend if you're making something in dark blue that you consider Gobricks as well. Now with the earth green, I think it's actually a better match. Again, the earth green from Gobricks is a little bit darker, but I think it's pretty good. These fenders don't come in this color in Lego, so if you're looking to buy it from Gobricks, again, they'll work just fine. Now we get to a similar tier, which I think is just slightly better. So again, I don't think these are perfect color matches, but they're even closer than the group that I just showed you before. So again, these tiles here are from Gobricks. This one's from Gobricks, and the rest of the pieces are Lego. You can see red and yellow, very, very close. I think the Gobricks yellow is ever so slightly darker, but even on camera here, it's actually really difficult to tell that they're a different color. They're very, very, very close, and I'm pretty happy with the color matching here. From some angles like this, you can kind of tell the red is a little bit darker or duller as well, but like I said, again, very difficult to tell. Great color match. This would be very good for any people trying to make a lot of Ferrari mocks, so keep that in mind. Now with light azure, this is an extremely rare color for these fender pieces in Lego. These are very expensive on Bricklink, so I bought them from Gobricks, and look at that. The color match, I would say, is very close to perfect. So I'm really happy with this color match as well. And I think it's a fantastic option if you're looking to get these or get more of these from Gobricks instead of Bricklink. Now we get to a group of parts which I think have a perfect color match. So let's start off with the trans color pieces. The trans color pieces, I think, honestly, completely indistinguishable. So this piece here is from Lego, and these are from Gobricks. They're perfect. They just are. They're the same shade of clear, whatever clear is. So I think I'm really happy with that. Red, same thing. So this is from Lego. This is from Gobricks. And when you look at it, especially from the side here, indistinguishable. Really, really good. So again, Gobricks is a great choice. Finally, trans brown. Unfortunately, Gobricks doesn't have trans black. I would love to have many, many parts in trans black, but I don't have that. Maybe not yet. We'll see. But again, trans brown. This one's from Gobricks. This is from Lego. It's darn perfect. Look at that. You can't tell the difference. So really happy about that. Now here we have some other basic colors. So we got black. I will say with the Gobricks, the finish on them isn't entirely perfect, or it's not entirely clean. You can see there's some scuffs on there, and you can see my fingerprints leaving marks there. Maybe that just needs a clean, but I will say some of the Gobricks pieces, they don't have they're not like, it's almost as if they're not brand spanking new, but it might just be that they need a clean. So yeah, for the price that we're paying for the Gobricks parts, I'm not complaining. I think they're really good value. So this is Lego, this is Gobricks black, the same, basically the same, indistinguishable. You can see from the side here as well. You can't tell the difference. Same with the light bluish gray. This is Lego, this is Gobricks. Maybe Gobricks is ever so slightly lighter, maybe, but it's very difficult to tell because it's so close. And finally here, we've got flame yellowish orange. So we've got Lego, and Gobricks. I was actually surprised at how much of a match this is because I think this shade of yellow or orange is a bit of a strange shade and it's easy to fuck it up, but I think it's great. It's absolutely wonderful. Finally, we have Dark Azure in its own tier. The reason why I have this on its own is because this matches better. The match is so perfect to the Lego part. So we've got these tiles here that are from Gobricks, and this is from Lego. The match is so perfect, it's actually better than the tiles made by Lego themselves. I'll show this to you in my Lamborghini Centenario Roadster MOC. So recently, if you're a Speed Champions fan, you would know that these wedge tiles were actually released in the Bugatti Vision GT set. And so you can tell this is the Lego one because the edges are rounded off slightly because they've got that crease like all tiles do. This color, I'm not sure if you can tell from the camera, but in real life, it's pretty obvious to me personally. It's slightly yellowish compared to the regular Dark Azure from Lego. It's the same with these 1x2 wedge tiles. These are both new Dark Azure tiles that came out within the past 12 months, let's say. And the color match is not good. And this is produced by Lego, which is honestly insane to me. Lego needs to really kick up their quality. Now, this Dark Azure from Gobricks, in my opinion, matches up better than Lego's own tiles, which are right here. So honestly, Gobricks with this color, putting Lego to shame, doing it better than Lego themselves, honestly, which is pretty crazy. I also bought this bracket here, this 4-length bracket from Gobricks as well. You really can't tell that that's a different brand. It's the same color. Now, again, one last comparison of the dark blue. Here I've got the dark blue tiles from Gobricks, not Lego. And it's not perfect, but it's pretty close. So that's my review of these Gobricks parts. Do let me know if you're considering buying from Gobricks yourself. This is not sponsored in any way. I don't have some kind of like link for you to try it out yourself. But do let me know how it goes if you buy it from my Gobricks or a different seller of Gobricks parts. I am curious. This is the first time I'm buying a bulk order from Gobricks. I'm going to start trying to use them in some of my MOCs, and I'm going to see how it goes. Obviously, I'll keep you guys updated. I might do another video on more color reviews from Gobricks if I get some more in the future as well, some different colors. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was informative, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.